I don't love Binance Smart Chain. I know I'm going to get some hate for this. There's nothing wrong with it. It works well. It gets the job done. But if you're aiming for a decentralized protocol, operating on BNB chain is not the long-term solution. Hello, everybody. It's your favorite day of the week, or at least my favorite day of the week. And it is another 10-minute eye test. If you don't know already, we dive into a new upcoming project, try to figure out as much as we can in 10 minutes. Sometimes we go a little bit over, but we try to keep to that. And yeah, Sasha, I am going in truly blind this week. No cheating, so I don't even know anything about this project, but I think we're looking at Friend 3.
I'm also blind. We're blind friends today, looking at Friend 3. And so we've got CryptoRank up here. Obviously it's one of our good sources of truth when it comes to IDOs, IEOs, and ICOs launching. And Friend 3 popped up on our radar. They're raising $700K public round on Pools Finance. And so we're going to go ahead and dive into Friend 3. I don't know anything about it. Carmelo, I don't think you know anything about it. I'm going to guess it's kind of like a copy paste of Friend Tech. What predictions do you have for this one?
I think I saw the other day that it was also launching on a few other launch pads like ChainGPT pad or another big pad. But yeah, I think that's a good guess. Friend Tech related. I'm sure the word Friend 3, those two things together always makes me think we're building the next decentralized Twitter, decentralized Facebook. So it's a very ambitious goal. I don't know if they can pull it off. There's been a lot of people trying. Well, let's see how it goes. I think that's my main prediction for this.
Yeah, I think I'm guessing since it's Friend 3, the branding, like Web3, there's going to be a lot of Web3 focus. There might be some earn stuff. Who knows? I mean, maybe they're going for low-hanging fruit. And so, yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and start the clock. Meow. Boom. 10 minutes. Here we go.
It's a pretty big raise, too.
Yeah, right? Friend 3, an open source social dApp. That's very clear and concise. I like that. Open source is good.
We like
backed
open
by
source.
BNB Swap Ventures. Oof, that's cool.
I'm surprised they only have one backer on here. But, I wanted to bring it up. One of our last videos, I think the project got back to us and they said, all the stuff on this website was false. So whether it's on the project side or the CryptoRank side, it wasn't updated. So that is one thing to consider when you're doing due diligence. Don't take everything as a single source of truth. You have to back up that, validate it. And yeah, it looks like ChainGPT pad and TrustSwap. So we got a few other launch pads that have already hosted or are in the process.
And we go down to the metrics. We've got a total raise of 992K across all of these rounds. Again, we don't know if this is purely accurate. This is self-reported, sometimes user-reported. We've got an initial market cap of $500,000 and a fully diluted market cap of 10 million. And so that's
reasonable.
Not so high. Yeah, that's pretty low. Not really a micro cap launch, but I guess we'll learn a little bit more about it. Ready to go to the website?
Yes.
Boom. Friend 3, post, chat, trade, donate, earn, all in Friend 3, live on OpBNB and BNB chain. It's a lot of cool things, I guess, happening here. Is that
This is like I don't know what the photo version of buzzwords are, but this this is that. Like you got a Donald Trump photo, Bored Apes, one of those Floki, I think. You got Vitalik, Bored Apes, again. You got two Twitter logos or X logos.
I do want to bring up audited by PeckShield. So this is something that I've been more and more critical about lately. I think you have so many Web3 based projects that are creating decentralized blockchain based infrastructure, and the first thing they do is like start plastering audited by. I want to be really clear here. Audited does not mean that you've solved any problems, really. Like an audit means that somebody reviewed and checked it. What's more important is what were the findings of the audit? Like how shaky was your development to begin with? Were there a lot of critical findings? And how many of those findings and recommendations did you address? So you can say you're audited or checked or reviewed by anything, but did you actually do anything with the information that came from the audit? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's a good. And instead of just putting this audited by, maybe putting a link to the report. I don't know if anybody does that, but that would be cool transparency and say we've addressed these issues. And then obviously, we always recommend to our clients to get audited by a few firms instead of just one, and maybe have a bug, or definitely have a bug bounty program. So they have put their audit. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that transparency.
Respect.
So respect. Anyways, going back to Friend 3, our goal right now is to figure out what is the token doing and is it something that we'd invest in. So Friend 3 is a leading social dApp where anyone can make friends and profits in Web 3. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, you're kind of trying to target your marketing funnel towards people that are gains or rewards or returns incentivized. And so that might not be the best demographic of users to bring onto your platform, considering there's a lot of them that are very flaky and they jump from platform to platform based on the opportunities that are presented. So
I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that's acceptable here because we want to incentivize good content creators to join this platform. And we see X is doing this right now since Elon Musk came in, sending payouts to top tier creators for threads or whatever. You want to incentivize these people to come and stay where they are, to put out high quality content on your platform. So it is important, and I don't think it's bad in this situation to attract this crowd. Maybe if you're building a game, it's a little bit unnecessary. But for social media, that is one of the main use cases for social media, is to make a business, make money somehow.
I mean, that is a good point. They are using a decentralized token supply to create like an incentive structure for crowdsourcing content, which is good. This example, I don't know, tweet or post here kind of gives me vibes.
Yeah.
What was that project where it was all based on a bonding curve where people just like screwed each other over?
Big clout / declout.
Yeah.
DSO, sorry. Yeah, I mean, This is also Friend Tech. Arcanum Ventures has a Friend Tech account, by the way, but we haven't bought anybody's tokens yet, and we've just bought our own. And I think some people have bought our token, and then they've angrily said, "You're not going to buy anybody else's tokens. What's the point?" And then they'll angrily sell our token. And it looks like a giant harvesting farming scheme, and I'm not a fan of that. I don't like how obvious it is. At least you should follow people because you like their content, not because you want to make some sort of reciprocal agreement to make money off of each other.
Yeah, I mean, with that being said, anyone that bought our token hoping that we were going to like pump theirs, I dare you to dump it. Go ahead and dump it, dumpers.
And this is interesting. Inject liquidity into your own tickets. So I guess they're using some sort of bonding curve, but they're also allowing you to inject liquidity into your own ticket instead of just relying on the bonding curve, which is a new, unique feature that I haven't seen yet from any of these comparable websites or platforms.
I like this as well. Ticket holders earn from donations and transactions. And so, yeah, donating to content creators you highly value, that's fantastic. Decentralized pricing formula. So that looks kind of like bonding curve-esque, which means there might be some room for market manipulation, especially with these low liquidity tokens or assets that users are creating behind their own specific profile. There's some definitely some risk there. They've got a bunch of featured partners. Just name dropping the whole world apparently, but interesting.
Yeah, and it's also unique. Well, not unique. It's interesting that they have chosen the word token, whereas Friend Tech deliberately stayed away from using the word token and they use the word keys. I don't know if that's a regulation thing or if they're trying to protect themselves and insulate themselves from securities laws, but using token is kind of what BitClout did or DSO. And they're okay. They're still operating and functioning, but I don't know how long that's going to be the case.
I'm not sure. And they do have this, whatever this asset is, ticket holders. Maybe that's an NFT. Maybe that is a different type of token. But what I want to figure out is like, where's the white paper? Like what's the token do? I haven't learned anything about the token yet. They're going to market with a token. And so, is it a rewards mechanism? Is it inflationary? I guess we'll dive right into tokenomics. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Fantastic. They've got token utility very well laid out here. The F3 token is a native utility token. It integrates with the ecosystem to support decentralization and community growth. I like these words. Access control. So you gain exclusive access to premium chat rooms and specialized content. I think we've seen that before. A payment unit, so it's a primary currency for in-platform donations and consumer transactions. Not a huge fan of that, considering if the platform's taking transaction fees, they're taking revenue in their own token that they most likely hold a lot of, and so that foregoes fiat or stablecoin currency that they might need to pay developers or marketers, etc. Governance, pivotal role in shaping the future of Friend 3. They can propose, debate, and vote on key protocol decisions. It's funny, we were just talking about governance lately, and this like ambiguity we see everywhere when it comes to governance. It's like, can you commit or promise something when it comes to governance? Because like that's a big utility to just throw on the board.
I think that's their description of governance isn't the issue. I think that's one of the better ones we've seen. It's just a matter of when and how serious these protocol decisions will be, and when you can expect this transition of power. If this is truly decentralized, then when is that going to happen? What sort of decisions are we going to be able to make as token holders? And how decentralized is this going to ultimately look like?
This is very true. I do see something aside that I'm not a huge fan of. Stake to earn rewards, increasing engagement, and investing. So yeah, I mean, come on guys, that's a lazy utility, and at the same time you're bringing inflation into something unnecessary. Like
I wonder how they do that too. Increasing engagement with staking tokens, is that like a manipulation tactic? You're a whale, you come in and you can dominate the platform, you can get the most. I wonder what the algorithm looks like. They say it's open source, so you theoretically can check it out and see exactly how you play the algorithm.
Yeah, it makes sense. Maybe the algorithm has metrics that multiply engagement or like I'd say exposure from your content based on the amount you staked. That's an interesting one. I don't know if it's good or if you can break it.
It's not bad. I think it's interesting, at least. Like that's one of the more interesting staking use cases. At least it's not just about earning rewards. I don't like the earn rewards aspect of it, to be honest. But right on
10
time.
minutes. Woo. All right. Well, man, there's a lot of good stuff there around token utility. I'm sure we could talk about that endlessly.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Yeah. Our goal is again to understand what's happening with Friend 3, understand what they're doing in taking a token to market, and understand if this is something we would consider investing in. Before we dive into verdicts, again, if you guys like this content, tap that like button. If you want to follow us and see more of this investor-focused content coming out, on-chain data analytics, and obviously our very popular and successful Boom Room podcast, make sure you throw us a subscribe. And be sure to let us know if there's some cool stuff that you want us to take a look at. But, Carmelo, it's verdict time, man. You want to start or you want me to start?
I can start. Yeah, good. Nice shield there, too. Like and subscribe. Yeah, so this one surprised me. There's some things. I'll start with what I don't love about it. I don't love Binance Smart Chain. I know I'm going to get some hate for this. There's nothing wrong with it. It works well. It gets the job done. But if you're aiming for a decentralized protocol, operating on BNB chain is not the long-term solution. You should look for maybe some other layer 2 on Ethereum. I know they have Optimism as well. They're working with Optimism, but still, I'm not a fan of that. This depends on how decentralized they want to go. But the name, it's clever. It gets the job done. I think the utilities were stronger than I expected, so kudos to them for that. I think the website's laid out nicely. They do a good job describing what they want to do. I think if I had a little bit more time, I would like to look at what they have on their social media following, because this is obviously huge. How they have to be able to pull a big audience from these platforms to use this platform. And they're putting the logos of X and other social media platforms on their front page. So I would expect that they have a big following, but we obviously didn't have enough time to look into that. So I would look into that. I'd look into the team, because I don't know anything about this team. Obviously, in 10 minutes, you can't study the team. You can't dive deep into their backgrounds and see where they worked and how they did, and if they've been fired, or if they're criminals, or if they're even doxxed, because we've seen a lot of undoxed teams raising absurd amounts of money. So that's a few things I would look at. Overall, I think it's strong enough that we would never say we're going to invest in something off after 10 minutes, or we would not be very good at our jobs. But I would say I would look more into this. It definitely deserves a deeper look. It's launching on some reputable launch pads. I think we were wrong about ChangeGPT in the past. We were really critical on them, but they have been launching pretty successfully. For now, they're just a launch pad, but I hope, I think we've spoken with the team. I hope that they're going to actually launch some products soon aside from the launch pad. But yeah, they have some strong launches. Pools, these guys, they've been launching pretty successfully in a bear market. So I think all things look pretty good. I think this token will perform well. But yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up.
It's reasonable. I like that. One thumb up. So yeah, I think my verdict is, maybe quite similar. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this launching solely on BNB chain. I think you made some great points there, but the fact that some arm of BNB chain Ventures is involved might be a result of them building and launching exclusively on that chain. So we don't know the logistics there. Hopefully they're able to pivot or shift or transition into a more decentralized network. I think that's very important considering BNB chain, like the level of centralization that you mentioned. I think
I'm not sure. I don't know if that's BNB chain related though. I think it's independent of Binance. I'm not sure, but I have the feeling that it's not Binance related. Just they invest in that ecosystem.
It didn't seem like it, but food for thought. I think we don't really know. We don't have a lot of transparency behind the contractual obligations that these guys are under, based on backers and what they want to see for making these decisions. But that doesn't mean we can't voice our opinions. I think what I've seen is very interesting. I think they understand tokenomics well enough to understand that they need to create a sustainable product, and so I'm kind of seeing that in the utilities. The idea of offsetting tangible rewards with perceived rewards. So things of tangible value like native token rewards for interacting the platform. How do you give something of some value where you can limit those rewards? And I think I saw that with the idea of staking the tokens and then improving engagement. Although that concept I'm not a huge fan of, it does demonstrate their thinking in trying to give things of value to their potential community members that are interested in operating this platform. And so, what they might be doing here is trying to maximize TVL, lock up as many tokens as possible so that they can, lock in a more stable price and then liquidate their own holdings. Not a great strategy, but the idea of trying to leverage everything in your token economy and then giving things of exclusivity and access that cost you nothing is a fantastic idea. So I like the creativity I'm seeing in the token economy. As far as the partners, the team, and everything, I want to reserve judgment there because we didn't have enough time to verify and check, like you said. But overall, I'm seeing things that kind of spark my interest. I like the idea of a more decentralized social dApp. I think they've already launched the dApp, at least something's live on their website. And so I'd be willing to dive a little bit deeper and see what they're doing, because based primarily on the token economy, this seems like something that might spark my interest as far as an asset I would consider investing in. So I want to learn more before I give a yay or nay, but I will give them one thumb sideways. I think they did a good job in what they built. I know, right? That was what a disappointment. But, hey,
what a letdown. I thought it was going to be a rare double thumbs up. That was a roundabout way of saying no.
I could be a thumbs down.
I mean, when I say thumbs up, I mean thumbs up on I would look more into it, not like thumbs up, take my money. But yeah, I respect that. We gotta
get like our thumbs lined up, man. This is a thumb difference here. Regardless, we are friends. We dove into Friends 3. I think it's been fun, enlightening, and I'm excited to see what they do with their launch, their token price, and more importantly, the product. So again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Make sure you tap that like button. Give us a subscribe if you like this stuff. There's plenty more content coming out. And until next time, ciao, y'all.
Ciao.
Mwah.